Let's talk about the cost of losing key members of staff. Now, Gallup will tell you that it costs you 1.5 to 2 times their salary. So think about the average salary of an employee is 30k. That's going to cost you £45,000 to replace them, 15k additional. If they're a manager, it's going to be £50,000 upwards, which is going to cost you an extra £25,000 if you can find them. And that doesn't even include the chaos of a key member of staff leaving and how it disrupts your business and stops it growing. Now let me give you some examples of why motivation is so important in this arena, because I'm going to give some examples of how we've nearly lost staff and regained them. So I had a key member of staff, a marketeer working in a recruitment agency, 50 odd people. She's highly successful, so the company did the right thing. They paid her more money and promoted her and gave her her own office. And very soon after that, her whole performance deteriorated to the point where she would have probably left. When we looked at her motivations, her top motivation was friend. That meant she loved the community of people around her, and she got all the energy and ideas from sitting in the middle of the room and engaging with the staff to create the social media that she needed. As soon as they promoted her and gave her own office and more money, it completely demotivated her to the point where they were going to have a conversation about her leaving. She's now happily back in the community that she really thrives in, and she's back doing a fantastic job. So that's just one example. Now I'm going to give you another example of how quickly motivation changes. I have another instance where I had a guy who was a member of a cohort that met every month, a bunch of managers and leaders, and what they found was that we were trying to guess each other's motivations, and they couldn't guess this one guy's motivation. They thought he was a creator, which is all about innovation, a spirit, which is all about freedom, and a searcher, which is all about making a difference. He said, ordinarily, yes, but I've just gone through a very expensive divorce. This is before Brexit. It's cost me a lot of money, and it's impacted my business, so I'm a defender now. It's all about protecting what I've got. So your motivations are going to be impacted by external and internal influences. That's why it's so important to look at it every 90 days in an organisation and make sure you get it right and understand it and understand how to harness it, so you're not going to lose those talented individuals as you go along. Now another example would be the war on talent. We all know how difficult it is to find people, and the quiet quitting that's going on, so people quitting their jobs. So I had a top barrister come and see me. He was typically very unmotivated. We looked at his motivations. His top motivation was creator, second was spirit, third was searcher. So he loved creativity, he loved to have freedom and autonomy, and he wanted to make a difference. And I asked him some questions. I said, how much creativity do you have in your current role? He said, I have no creativity, I follow a very rigid process. I said, how much time do you have? Freedom for yourself? He said, I've got 10 cases lined up, I'm working really long hours. And I said, thirdly, how much of a difference do you make? He said, that's the worst one of all. I get known criminals off and they absolutely hate it. Now, if we'd taken his skill set to a headhunter, they'd have put him straight back into a law firm in a different organisation. He's now left completely, which is the quiet quitting, and he now is a landscape gardener. So if we could have nailed that early, we could have kept him in the organisation in a different way. So it's really good to understand what's going on with the motivations of your staff as your business evolves and as they evolve.